One denial down and maybe one more to go. On yesterday, Erik Menendez was denied his parole during his first hearing. 36 years after he and his brother murdered their parents, the board ruled that he must wait 3 more years for reconsideration. So it's not a totally lost because he still has another shot to go at it. But essentially, after 8, 9 hours of asking and being told no with his parole hearing, usually these things are more than like 2 or 3. It looks like it's going to be hard to get Erik out of the actual jail cell. Now, here's what kind of went down. Officials actually cited that the past violations, because he was a very, very bad guy in prison, unauthorized use of cell phones, involvement in schemes, and alleged gang activity, are red flags indicating that he still possesses an unreasonable risk when he gets on the outside, even 30 years afterwards of the actual events. Both brothers were originally sentenced with life without parole. In May of 2025, a judge resentenced them to 50 years to life, which still means a lot of time, but it means they get a shot at parole. So that's why parole hearings going on now. And because they were under 26 at the time of the crime, to give them some leniency. The big deal is once this basically just sort of a assessment, just sort of maybe a thing to do. It could be something, just sort of an advisement. Still has to go by the governor, who can still say no anyway, which most people believe Governor Newsom will probably do. Now, his brother Lyle is still sitting in jail and waiting for his parole hearing, which will happen sometime today. His outcome may be different because different stakes. The problem is they both did similar things. While basically Lyle was essentially or Erik essentially was the bad boy in the family and was doing a lot of bad things. While teaching some classes on life on the outside, he had the folks in his class essentially a part of a scheme to get him cell phones and do the illicit activity. Lyle was a little bit different, but he did get caught with a legal cell phone fairly recently, so that will be seen as part of a problem. Like I said, Governor Newsom has to actually intervene with the whole thing, and he can just say no or say yes in some case. But we will see how this plays out. First, a trial going or let's say a hearing for Lyle, as Erik's has been passed. But 3 years, we'll see what happens in 3 years. Big mark for both that the brothers have had since their convictions in 1996. Remember, this is a 30-year-old, almost 40-year-old murder at this point. So 50 years without parole may mean they may run up their time and get out because time will be elapsed. We will see what happens. Documentaries, Netflix attention, and just the weirdness, creepiness of people into these things all this time later. And a very big push from the family, who are now pushing on the story that the Menendez brothers were actually assaulted by their father. And that was what led to this one, even though the prosecutors say their mother didn't assault them and the murder was so brutal and so heinous, you cannot go past it. We'll see what's up for one, as another one has another 3 years, so he has another shot to get out of there. Basically, by the time that happens, he'll have served a sentence, so there won't be much reason to try to hold him back. We'll see what happens for 3 for one, and today for another.